This is big breaking emergency news. We are now seeing a major announcement out of the White House just now. They just made this major announcement and they're issuing this warning to cities throughout the country. That is what the White House is doing. They are warning these cities that are sanctuary cities. Sanctuary cities in the country are now being issued a warning. Right? So this is why it's very dangerous to be in these jurisdictions that are set up to be sanctuary cities. And even the director of ICE right now, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, is issuing a warning as well. And so is the White House. They're issuing a warning for sanctuary cities right now. So this is why you need to get out of these cities. The White House knows that these cities are extremely dangerous and extremely volatile, and they are frustrated that these sanctuary cities are not cooperating with federal law enforcement, with ICE specifically. We're going to get to this warning from the ICE director and this White House warning as well. They know that they are not cooperating, and they know that it's creating these very dangerous zones. These zones in our country are being set up, and these gangs are now being allowed to take over these certain regions, and they are becoming very prolific because they are allowed to bring over people that are already in these gangs across the border openly, right? And there's also been a major recruitment issue with people that are coming across the border as well, not to mention the national security threats that we are dealing with that the ICE director is warning of as well. So major warnings for sanctuary cities coming from the White House. Let's dive into this really quick. Please hit it up for me down there. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm posting multiple videos a day to keep you guys updated on this big breaking news that's going on in our country every single day. This is big stuff's going on. All right, so let's get into this warning that the ICE director is issuing, and then we will get to this White House warning in just a second. I want you to just listen to this clip really quick. The ICE director was on Fox News, and this is what he said. He said this is a major national security risk. His name is Patrick Leitner. All right, this is what he said on Fox News.
The sanctuary jurisdictions are inherently more unsafe because they're letting these individuals out who have, very serious convictions at times and are public safety threats, if not national security threats. It is a concern, and I'm very baffled by it.
All right, that is what the acting ICE director just said on Fox News. All right, he's issuing this warning. And we also have this warning coming from the White House as well. So he's saying this is a national security threat. He said he's baffled by this, that they are protecting these people and essentially harboring these criminals and not allowing the federal government to access them, right? And now we have the White House warning about these sanctuary cities that they're not safe because they are not allowing them to deport these extreme criminals, these extreme gangs, and even these people on these FBI international watch lists that are infiltrating our country. They are not allowing them to be deported and leave our country. They are protecting them and harboring them for some reason. And he's saying he's baffled. All right, let's get into this warning here from the White House. The White House just made this major announcement. And there are admittedly over 560 different sanctuary jurisdictions and cities in our country. All right, over 560 different ones, counties and cities and states in our country right now. This is what the White House just said. The White House is calling for, quote, sanctuary cities and jurisdictions across the U.S. to cooperate with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, in turning over criminal illegal immigrants for deportation, just as there is renewed scrutiny over such policies in the wake of several high-profile crimes committed by illegal immigrants who had previously been released by local law enforcement despite pleas from ICE. Yeah, this is what's happening. They are refusing to deport these people and turn them over to ICE and charge them federally, and they just get released, and then this is what's happening. We're seeing the carnage in our communities. I've been documenting these very tragic stories. It also says, quote, This is a direct quote from the White House. Quote, "We welcome local law enforcement support and cooperation in apprehending and removing individuals who pose a risk to national security or public safety." That's a White House spokesperson said that to Fox News Digital on Wednesday in a response to a question about its stance on sanctuary cities. Quote, "When a local jurisdiction has information about an individual who could pose a threat to public safety, we want them to share that information with ICE." They said, quote, "Just since May 12th, DHS has removed or returned more than 565,000 individuals, the vast majority of whom crossed the southwest border. 565,000 removals and return is more than every full fiscal year since 2013, they said. All right, so there have been a mass amount of deportations, but they are saying that there should be even more because these sanctuary cities are denying them. And they're saying that there are individuals who pose a threat to public safety. Right? They're saying there's individuals who pose a threat to public safety and they are not being removed from our country. That is what the White House just said. They're even saying they're trying to remove individuals who, quote, "pose a risk to national security or public safety." That's what the White House spokesperson said. All right. On Wednesday, today, February 28th, this warning just came out. So we are now seeing this crisis get even worse. All right. Every single day it gets worse. And they have deported mass amounts of people. But think of the millions of people that have come in. There have been confirmed over 7 million encounters just with border law enforcement. And then there are potentially millions of, quote, gotaways that we have no idea what that number is. It's estimated to be 2 to 3 million, up to 10 million, this total number. And it could be even larger, could be a lot larger. That's just since Biden has gotten in. So this crisis is out of control. The White House knows it, and they are now turning back and saying, wait a minute, we don't want these sanctuary cities, even though they've allowed it the entire time and they facilitated it and funding it, these people getting to these sanctuary cities and giving the sanctuary cities grants. All right, check this out. These sanctuary cities, one of them just asked FEMA and the federal government for more taxpayer money to deal with these, quote, migrants that are entering every single day. This just happened as well. So they won't shut it down. They're still sanctuary cities, but they just want more money. They want more funding to keep their little business schemes going that they have where they can siphon this money off, right? Everyone's getting paid off. The hotels, the restaurants, the food, the travel agents, all right, the taxi services. Everyone's getting paid right now. Everyone's getting paid with this FEMA money, this federal money, this DHS money. All this money is going to this right now, and U.S. taxpayers are paying for it. Check this out. It says Senator Butler, Democrat from California, is asking the Biden administration for more FEMA taxpayer money to provide more shelter beds in San Diego after the county migrant shelter there ran out of funding. But they're a sanctuary city. So why do you can stop this, but they refuse. She says 800 to 1,000 migrants per day. And this is also right on the border as well. So they are dealing with the brunt of this too. All right, just to give them some credit here. She says 800 to 1,000 migrants per day will be mass released there without intervention. A reminder, California is a sanctuary state and could provide state funding to assist San Diego, but Senator Butler is asking for federal money through FEMA's SSP Shelter and Services Program, which is handed out to NGOs via grants. All right, so I'm telling you, they're getting crazy amounts of grants, crazy amounts of funding for all this federal grants for this. And this is a FEMA program, Shelter and Services Program. This should be for American citizens when there's an emergency disaster. This should be for people in Maui to build them homes. Shelter and Services Program. This should be building people in Lahaina homes. All right, that's what this money should be going towards. This fire in Texas, massive fire right now. I reported on this earlier. Go check out that video if you didn't see that earlier. All right, but a quick update on that. It's now the second biggest fire in Texas state history. Second biggest fire in Texas state history. This is massive, and it's on track to potentially be the largest one in state history, and hundreds of homes are gone. Potentially thousands of homes. People could have lost their lives from these fires in Texas that are happening right now, today, currently, mass evacuations, and it's insane. All right, I'll link that video down below for you guys. That's what this funding should be for. That's what this money should be for. It should be going to citizens like that. So please hit it up for me down there. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm posting every day, keeping you guys updated, multiple videos a day. And this stuff, they are finally admitting that these sanctuary cities are a major crisis. They're even saying it's a risk to national security to have these sanctuary cities, because they can't even deport people that are literally could be foreign spies, foreign military units, foreign intelligence agencies, anything like that. They can't even deport them. They can't even deport them. Gangs, anything. Criminal groups, criminal networks. You know what I'm talking about. All this stuff. They can't even get rid of them now. Of course, this is a national security threat. Of course it is. All right, so make sure you guys are getting prepped. Make sure you're getting ready. And I hope you have a big old blessed day.